Okay, good day, YouTube. How are we doing? Trust we are all having a great day. So today, family, I just want to share with us, guys, what I'm looking forward for the coming week, which is actually a few hours from now. So without really wasting much of our time, as we can see on my screen, this is Europe USD here from the daily time frame. Like if you have been following me up for a while now, you will actually know how I trade and how and where I actually start up my analysis off from, right? So if you're an SMC trader, any concept that you trade in the market, we have to look at the bigger picture of the market first before looking to the lower time frame, right? So you know what we can see on my screen right here is the daily time frame, and what I'm actually making use of the daily time frame is to know the overall bias of the market, and also to keep in mind where I should start looking for a pullback or a continuation right from the daily. So right from this daily time frame on Europe USD, we can see the order flow, right? We can see the order flow. Excuse me. You can see the order flow in a very strong bearish order flow, right? On a bearish order flow, what we actually anticipate is to see price putting on a lower low and a lower high, right? So what can we see? We can see how price is putting on what, a lower low, a lower high, and a lower low, right? It just created a new swing low, and you can see how this swing low right now is reversing back to create a new swing high. So right from the daily time frame, when a bearish trends the overall bias, but currently market is pulling back to form a new lower high from the daily time frame. So those areas which you can see that I highlighted are my areas of interest, where I am actually anticipating that price should come back for what, mitigation. And why am I looking at those areas as an area of mitigation? We can see that right from here we have structural alignment, right? We have structural alignment. Market created a new lower high, broke this previous swing low, formed a new lower low, right? And before that break to the downside, what can we see? We can see that we have this last bearish candle, right? This last bullish candle that actually swept liquidity. After sweeping liquidity, we can see that momentum that actually kicking in the market before that break in the structure, right? So also they left a very large imbalance that we can potentially look at for price should come back and fill. Just take a look. We have a kind of imbalance, right? That we have a kind of imbalance that is actually aligning with that area of our interest. So that is why I'm actually looking at that area as my area of interest. Once price mitigate off that zone, which you can see I highlighted my point of interest, if price mitigate there, what I'm looking forward for is to see a change of character on the lower time frame before I start looking for a certain opportunity. So that is what I'm actually anticipating on that zone. So in the other side, if price fails to actually respect this zone, we can see that we also have my second point of interest here, which is my last supply zone, which I will look at for sell. And why am I currently looking at that area as an area of mitigation also is because of, if you take a look at what actually happens there, we have low high low, we had a sweep of liquidity, we have this last candle that actually put in momentum that actually take out this swing low. And what can we say? They actually created some equal highs here that price will potentially come back and sweep. Remember, areas of liquidity, equal highs are areas where the smart money are always attracted to. So if this zone right here fails to hold price, then we can actually look at this area here as our next area of targeting, right? To start seeing a pullback on the hourly time frame, sorry, daily time frame, which you can see on my screen here, which is this daily. So why I am actually looking at this last candle right here that is 16 right above here is because if you take a look at what is really what price actually left right here, we can see that we have some imbalances, right? We have some imbalances that we can potentially look at for our price should come back and fill up those imbalances. Remember, areas of liquidity, areas of imbalances are all areas of where there's inefficiency in the market, and the market makers are always attracted to those areas as well. So that is why I'm keeping in mind that if this area right here fails to hold price, then I should be looking forward to this area. So this is what I'm currently looking right from the daily time frame. So let me show to us guys what I'm looking on the 1 hour's time frame, so that you guys will know what I'm actually looking forward for the coming week. So what is actually giving me more confidence that price will pull back to this area is this, we had a liquidity here, and we can see we had liquidity here also. And if I should bring out my harmonic pattern too, there's a harmonic pattern that was formed right here, the garlic harmonic pattern. So this is the C leg, you can have the D leg here or here, right here. So let me actually bring out my fib level. Let me see. This actually looks like a butterfly harmonic pattern, excuse me. This actually looks like a butterfly harmonic pattern. So let's observe that. 786. Okay, this is 1.8. This garlic harmonic pattern as well. This is a garlic harmonic pattern, fam. I love that harmonic pattern. See that harmonic pattern is giving me more confidence of that price pushing more higher to sweep this equal highs that is resting above here. So there is a very high probability that we can start seeing some form of redistribution right from here. So this is what is actually giving me more confidence of seeing price pulling back to the upside, mitigating those areas which they left unmitigated. So what I'm actually looking forward for now is to see how the probability will be playing out as the market is about to open. So this is what I anticipate. Lower time frame change of character. I'm not looking to go aggressively as well, because we have some form of liquidity above that potentially price can come from. So if the only area which I will only look out for going aggressively is actually this zone, but before going aggressively towards this zone, I would love to see the kind of reaction, the kind of momentum that is actually coming in as price is approaching my points of interest. I would love to see the kind of momentum that is actually coming in towards there, right? So let's move down to the 1 hour's time frame, so that will show us guys what I'm looking for the coming week, right? What I'm looking for the coming week. Excuse me. So we can actually see the order flow of the market, right? What do we actually forming the C leg of the harmonic pattern? What can we actually see? We can see how price created a series of lower low and lower highs, right? You can see a low, a high, a low, a high, a low, a high, low, high, low. We have some kind of form of break of structure here. The price still decide to took out this previous lower low, formed a new lower low, right? Then what actually happened? So you can see we had a break of structure right from here, because price totally closed above this previous lower high after mitigating of this hidden order block. After price mitigating that hidden order block, what can we see? We had a break of structure, we had a pullback, but when that pullback was occurring, we can see the kind of liquidity that they actually created. And potentially last week I was actually looking to buy from here, but I got stopped out. Even with the confirmation entry with actually what happened here, I still got stopped out by this. But that was actually a sweep of liquidity. The structure is still bullish to me based on my own view. We are still bullish on Europe USD. So what actually happens here was a sweep of liquidity, and you can see how they actually respected this inefficiency, right? So what happened here, the sweep liquidity, right? Was also looking for selling opportunity here. I was actually targeting some area here to see price pushing more lower so that we can start looking for buying opportunity and taking out those highs, right? But what actually happened was, price just expected this inefficiency, and what can we see? We had a break of structure already in the market. Market took out this previous higher, lower high that they formed, right? So this identified that market has changed in structure again as well, because potentially we're looking at this as a bearish order flow, right? A bearish order flow. But what did we actually see? We can see that price actually goes above this previous higher high, and at the same time aligning with the overall order flow of the daily time frame. Remember, we are really expecting a deep pullback on the daily time frame. So with this confirmation that I saw, it gave me more confidence that price will really push higher. And also, if you take a look at this zone that I just highlighted, we are seeing some form of liquidity that is resting above that zone, right? So let's keep it like this. We have some liquidity. Let me delete this. Especially, there is high probability that this high will be taken out as well, because there was an inducement here. We had a sweep of liquidity here. We had a sweep of liquidity. This will actually make more sense on the on the 30 minutes time frame. The structure will look more clearer on the 30 minutes time frame. Okay, you can see that, right? Excuse me, family. So this is where I'm actually looking for the buying. But before going for the long position, I would love to see some kind of reaction of price action at this point of interest first before I look at that long position. So refinement on the 15 minutes time frame. This is my highest probability candle that I will look at for indication. Either go aggressively or wait for confirmation. But the best way is to go wait for confirmation, because price is so crazy this 1 month. Like, price is so crazy. So I really advise us to wait for that confirmation entry to confirm that our higher time frame demand zone will be able to hold price, as we are anticipating to see price create a new higher high, right? So on the Euro USD, this is what I'm currently looking at, and if you can see what actually happens here, we have some kind of liquidity. What is really giving me more confidence is that price will actually buy. We can see we have those liquidity, and remember, price, the smart money, the people that controls the market, they are always after those areas. They are always after those areas of liquidity, right? So we have liquidity resting above those high. So we can actually anticipate to see price coming for those liquidity. All the people that are selling above this resistance, we are really anticipating to see price sweeping those high and coming back to this zone right here. And let me show us how that area actually look powerful on the 1 hours time frame. Let me show us, guys. I remember this move was the CPI news. This was a CPI news, and we can see how they left this large imbalance, right? You can see how they left that large imbalance. So what do we really expect, family? What do we really expect? There is a high probability that we should look at price really pulling back to this zone, so that we can start looking for a selling opportunity, so that we can start looking for our long-term selling opportunity, I mean to say. So we actually had a break of structure here. After that break of structure, price never pulled back. For mitigation, we respected this order block. We had this last bearish bullish candle that actually giving the momentum to the downside and has not been yet mitigated. So there is a very, very high probability that we should look at this zone right here for a selling opportunity, and those areas here we should actually anticipate that price should really come for them as a liquidity area. this is what I'm really looking at on Europe USD. Let's keep it on the 30 minutes time frame. So let me bring out my fib level so that we can see how those areas of my interest are actually aligning with our premium zone, right? So from the swing low to the swing high, where do I actually look at for, for mitigation aligning with my fib level? So we can see this is our 15 minutes time frame point of interest, which you can see right below the 30 minutes time frame point of interest. We can see is actually aligning with the 88.6 of our fib level. But price, so at times price will not really pull back deep to that zone, but that area is really looking nice. And also we can see how momentum actually kicking from that area, right? That was a hell of momentum that actually kicking from that candle. We have engulfing, we have imbalance resting there, we have liquidity sweep. So there's a high probability that we can see this strong pullback to this zone right here, because this take order candle is still on Jordan, right? So we know how smart money actually move the market, right? So this candle that is actually in Jordan, we are actually anticipating that either it should come back, fill up the 50%, or the open of the candle. So that is what we are actually anticipating. But like I said to us guys, I will not really love to go aggressively. I will patiently wait for that, see that confirmation. Once I see that confirmation, I'm gonna take the advantage of the trade and buy and hold for a very long time. But management of your trade is very important. It doesn't mean that when you got an entry here, price started going your way, then you won't take some partial of your profit. Management of trade is very important. You really need to learn that also, because without the concept of management of your trade, trust me, most of the time you end up giving back the money that you have made in the market. So you have to understand this skill of management of trade. So once our price activates me from this zone and I see that nice confirmation, the price will buy, right? I see that nice change of character on the lower time frame, the price will buy. First thing, I will actually manage my trade. I will enter right from here, my stop loss below, target 1 to 3 minimum. Once 1 to 3 has been heated, I think this is my 1 to 3. It's gonna hit very fast, right? Very fast. Well, you know how it is. Just 1 to 3. 1 to 3 is okay, right? That's my first TP. Once I smash 1 to 3, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna close the whole of my positions. I'll actually trade once I hit 1 to 3. This is my first TP. Then I target a 1 to 5, which is my highest risk to reward, a 1 to 5. So once I smash 1 to 3, like I said, I'm gonna take some partial. Like let's say I'm risking $100, right? 1 to 3, that's I'm making over $300, right? That's making $300, right? Yeah, 1 to 3, I'm making $300. So once I hit 1 to 3, right? I'm risking $100 and my minimum risk to reward is 1 to 5, right? So what I actually used to do is once I hit 1 to 3, I take off my $300 as a partial, right? I take off my $300 as a partial, then I allow the rest to run. Once the 1 to 5 has been hit, which is $200, making $500, right? $500, then I take out my full position. Then what I actually do is I risk free. And also once I hit my 1 to 3, like I love the way I manage my trade as well. Once I hit 1 to 3, I move my stop loss to break even. Everything I will be doing, I will be risking free. There is no any emotions, there is no any fear of losing my money in the market anymore. So that is how I actually trade. So once I see that lower time frame confirmation, this is how I go by managing my trade. So just keep it in mind. Management of trade is very important. So like I said, our fib level is aligning our discount price premium. You can see how it's aligning with the 786 88.6, which is a very nice premium zone which we can look out for a change of character, for irrespective of the order flow of the market, right? So excuse me. So this is what I'm currently looking at on Euro USD. And also, like, what is actually giving me more confidence for this buy, if we take a look at DXY, let's take a look at DXY, we will see what I'm really seeing and what is really giving me confidence for that sell. So what can we see on DXY? DXY, we're in a very strong bearish, right? We're in a very strong bearish, like we're in a very strong, this should be a reaction point for price. DXY, we're in a very strong bearish, and so potentially if market opens, you can see price take out potentially, like based on the probability, you can see price has already taken out this low, I think. Yeah, that low has been swept out. So potentially, same thing that Euro USD is printing, the same thing DXY. While the break of structure, gotta look at for a selling opportunity right here. So what I want us to understand about DXY is just like divergence, right? We will use our RSI, whatever. When the Euro USD is bullish, the DXY will be bearish, right? When the DXY is bullish, the Euro USD will be bearish. Let me just keep it simple to us. When the DXY is selling, Euro USD will be buying. When the DXY is buying, Euro USD will be selling, right? So that is how it actually looks like, right? So we can see the same thing on DXY. I'm really seeing this strong confidence on DXY. That actually shows to me that Euro USD trade idea will really hold, right? Euro USD trade idea will really hold. So just keeping it simple, you can literally like target this weak low right here, because I am really anticipating price to take out that low irrespective of the order flow, because we can see we have what low high, low. We have an inducement here, induce the people that are selling off from here. We can see we have some form of trend and liquidity right there, right? So use so what are we anticipating? This is what we are anticipating. So it is as simple as that, right? It is as very simple as that. So let's look at GBP USD. I don't really want to waste much of our time. So on GBP USD, potentially if the market opens, I'm really anticipating price to take out this high. Like, I'm not really having any trade idea on this guy yet, but irrespective of what I'm really seeing, I'm really anticipating that price should sweep this high. Like, this was my last week trade idea. Let me hit. Why am I actually looking for that? I'm gonna show us, guys. Can we see this form of liquidity? We have some large liquidity that needs to be captured, right? And what actually happens here, we have some form of inducement. If you look at what actually happened here, we have lower low, lower high. When the break of structure, we had this last candle that took out this high, and that's not been yet respected. What happened? They sweep this liquidity, came back, mitigate that candle. So what I'm really actually anticipating tomorrow is to see price taking out this high, when you take out that high, this will be, all this is just a form of anticipation, right? This is what I'm really anticipating, my view about the market, right? This is my view about the market. So it might happen, it might not happen, right? Because all what we do in this market is a probability stuff, right? It is a probability stuff. So I'm really anticipating to see that supply zone being taken out as well. That is what I'm really anticipating. I'm really looking at this supply zone to be taken out irrespective of the Euro USD. Remember, those two pairs actually correlate. So if the Euro USD should actually buy, then the GBP USD should also buy, right? So the GBP USD should also buy. So you know, I'm really anticipating to see that clean break of structure tomorrow, and can wait for pullback and actually take advantage of the price action. So like the conference that actually shows, we can see we have a trend line liquidity. Yeah, I know there's many of traders that are actually looking to see how price will sweep this low. Price should sell and sweep this low, but to me, based on my own view, I'm still seeing price should push more higher, irrespective of the daily. Uh, I did not actually show us what the daily is actually printing, but just keep it in mind. Europe USD, GBP USD, they are correlated pairs. So anything that I'm seeing on Europe USD, they are actually similar to GBP USD. So on GBP USD, look at the overall bias from the daily. Uh, that's my strong high. So what can we see? We can see those liquidity, right? We can see those large liquidity. So what are we really to anticipate, family? Like, what do we really need to anticipate? We should look out for that buying opportunity, right? We should really look at those liquidity resting above, right? Look at those liquidity. So what do we really think? We want to see price really pulling. We really want to see price giving us this. Like, trust me, family. This is what we are really anticipating on GBP USD, right? Irrespective of the price action that we are seeing, and we're having this large liquidity. So this is what I'm actually seeing on the daily time frame on GBP USD, and this is my own perspective view. So all I do is observe the masses as well and do the opposite. But there is some form of area that I like, and because of what I'm seeing, I'm not really seeing that area as a high probability area, but everything we do in this market is a probability, right? So I'm gonna look at that area also as an area of interest, because that area actually looks nice to me. And irrespective of what I'm seeing on the Europe USD, we can actually see some reaction of price here. If price actually give us what we want to see, kind of reaction we want to see, I mean, which is a lower time frame break of structure after mitigating up this zone. Actually, we can take the sell, right? Because this is a nice area of supply. Let's look at it on the 4 hours time frame. You're gonna see that. Can we see that? We have this large imbalance right here. The same price action that we saw on the Europe USD, right? The same price action. So if this area right here fails to hold price, we can look forward to this area here. So it is as simple as that. It is as very simple as that. If this area fails to hold price, we're going to look at that zone as our area of supply, which we will target to see price coming back from mitigation and giving us a new swing low. So the confluence that I'm seeing here, we can all see it, right? We can all see it. We have this large liquidity. Even though we take out this, we can see that we have some kind of form of liquidity here. So what do we actually anticipate? This, right, and this, or here, then sell down, right? So that is what we are really anticipating, family. Let me mark out this. Those pairs actually correlate. So everything is just the same, right? Everything is just the same. There's no difference. So I think I've showed us what I'm looking on the H1 time frame for the coming week. They said I want to see price taking out this high. For the coming week, I really want to see price taking out this high. I've annotated it as a break of structure already, so it's more or less like an awaiting POS as well. So this is what I'm actually looking for the coming week. This is an awaiting POS. And if we take a look at what actually happened here, was a pure inducement, came back, sweep those people that are buying from here, get off this last candle that actually took out this supply zone, right? I actually take out the supply zone, you know, can see how they respected that zone and they started buying up. So potentially that is what I will really look out for the coming week. I'm really looking at to see price taking out this high, putting back to this zone. And why am I looking at this zone? Is because you know, this was the last candle that actually, you know, giving momentum. You can see the kind of, you know, large volume that actually came out before after this last bearish candle. You can see the kind of volume that actually kicked in the market. So there is a high probability that this area will be respected, and also we have some form of engulfing that actually happens there. So there is high probability, but you know, let's move lower to the 5 minutes time frame because I'm seeing something. Okay, like I said, look at it. Can we see that? Can we see that? So what I'm really saying was this area is a nice area, and this area also is a nice area. You can tell for yourself, right? But the highest probability area for me, trust me family, is this last zone that I just highlighted. Why did I actually love this area more than this area is because you can see the kind of momentum that actually kick in there, and all these weak rejections that we saw here are liquidity. All these weak rejections are liquidity. So there is a very high probability that, you know, price can really go back to this zone. You know, without even go aggressively or wait for confirmation as well. So if we will go aggressively on this guy, so we find it on the frame, look at it along that area. So it's either price should respect each one of those points of interest that I highlighted because they look nice to me. But if that area will not be able to hold, we have this this liquidity that is written right below there, and we can, you know, potentially think of going aggressively from here. You know, that's the 15 minutes time frame supply demand, I mean. So, you know, right from there we're gonna wait for confirmation. That's if price actually take out this high. Price should really keep this high. Let's go. Then we can just this, right? So that is what I'm really anticipating, family. But if that does not really happen, you know, fine. Break this low, you know, our bias can change. What, you know, is we can never be 100% right about the market, right? So that is how it is. So awaiting break of structure, area of interest, the highest probability area, which you can see I highlighted. So this is my strong low. Why is this a strong low? Because the price fails to break, took out this low and took out this high. That's actually happened. But if it did not actually happen, this is the weak low. So that is it. That is it. So let's keep it in mind. You know, those two trade ideas that I just showed with us. I have so many trade ideas, but if you wanna, you know, see them, you wanna see them, and you wanna, you know, see how I used to do this every day, you can, you know, kindly, you know, subscribe to my YouTube channel and also join my Telegram group so that you can see how we do this every day. How we analyze the market, which way the probability to play out. Once it plays out, we, you know, take advantage of it and, you know, make money, because that is the goal, right? The goal is to make money in the market, not to lose money, right? The goal is to make money by, you know, being patient, disciplined, you know, discovering yourself in trading, right? So that is it. This is what I actually have for us, the family. Like, those are just the two pairs I just want to share with us, guys. You know, for the coming week, like I said, we have many coming, but you know, I can't actually record it all. So because I really want to make the section so short, I don't really want to make it so long. That is why. So, you know, if there's anything that you are finding so confusing, you can, you know, drop your comment on the comment box so that, you know, I will actually read and reply to your comments, right? Anything that you feel like you did not understand, I am open to what, break it down to you, to the level that you understand, right? So this is it. So let's, actually have patience to see how the probability will actually play out. So that is it, man. I trade smart money concept, and this is the only concept I trade in this financial market. I'm not kind of trader that jump from one concept to another. The only thing I do is build up myself, get more experience on the smart money concept, so that I can be more, I can be more profitable in the market, and gain more mastery on myself. So it is not all about changing strategy, going from this strategy to this strategy, right? Find the one that works for you, stick to it, and make money, right? Make money, because that is the goal, man. That is the goal. So cheers, man. We all should have a blessed trading week. So peace, fam.